So this is a quick instructional tutorial to show you how to submit a certain area or radius that you wish to apply to have exclusive rights with the operation of your jungle float. Simple as that. You've already found your way to this page. This is a short explanation of how it works. You will be clicking on the radius tool here in just a moment. That's the tool that makes this circle on the map. But most importantly, you'll be filling out this form. You put your first and last name, your phone number, your email. Now this is going to be important in just a moment. Remember this. You'll be pasting a URL into this spot, but just remember that. Try the best you can to come up for an address for the area. If you can't, just try to type something so we get an idea of where it is. What's it called? Is it called the Lazy Lake or whatever it is? And then we like to have some numbers that help us make an assessment. So please do the best you can to be thorough. And here's the only thing that we're going to address, this URL radius to paste. Now let's come back up here to the radius tool. When you click the radius tool, it takes you to this nice little map here. You probably already know the area that you want or where you live or where it's going to be, and you could probably come up to this search location and just type, whatever it's called, like Big Bear Lake, California. We'll use that as an example. And there's Big Bear Lake. If you aren't happy with the way that it's positioned, you can just hit minus and plus. You can even drag it around until you get it exactly. Now, if you mess up on anything, all you have to do is come back up here and hit your refresh. If you mess up on anything, if you do the radius wrong or anything, just hit refresh and it lets you start all over again until you get it right. So I'll go here to the Big Bear Lake, and there's the Big Bear Lake, and let's say I only want to do, I only want this half of the lake over here. I'll estimate the miles or the kilometers. You come right down here and estimate the miles of the kilometers of this. Now you can change it, don't worry, but I'm going to say maybe it's 2 miles. And I'll click off of it, so I know that when I click on the map, it's going to do a 2-mile circle. Okay? Again, I can just change that by dragging with my mouse. I can drag and make it bigger, I can make it smaller, and if I mess up, if I don't like it at all, I can come right here and hold down the control and click, and that circle will disappear. Or maybe I want to do this side of the lake. You can also drag it by coming into the middle and holding down your mouse button and dragging it where you want it. Till you have it just the way you want there, you're set to go. Now, you're done. Once you've done this, you're indicating to us the area. You just come down here and you will notice this thing that says URL to last radius. So come in here and copy that with your Control C or Command C to copy it, and now go back over to your form. Remember that area where I said you have to paste? You Control V or Command V, paste that in, boom. And then make sure this is all filled out and hit submit, and that will come to us. If it just so happened that you want more than one circle on the same map, you could do 1, 2, or 3, or whatever you want to do. All you have to do is do your circles the way you want and come down to copy the URL, but instead of doing the last radius, URL all radiuses. Now, here's a tip that I ask that will help make sure you're doing the right thing. When you copy this radius, before you put it into the form, go paste it into a browser to make sure it's showing what you intended to show. So just copy the radius with your Control C or Command C, open up a new browser window. When you paste it in, it should bring up the map that you intended to send to us. And that is how you use the radius tool.